Hello everybody, welcome back to another park showcase. We're going to be doing the free-for-all map that we just filled up recently. And without further ado, we're going to get right into the news. Or right into the park. Alright, we're going to start off at the front corner over here. At the bottom here. Alright, let's get into it. Not going to go over the flat rides. We're just going to go over the coasters. So, welcome to Nostalgia Land. Goodness, I'm having a fun time pronouncing things today. Welcome to Nostalgia Land. This is one of the GTW free-for-all maps that we usually do sometimes. And this is the first time the Chaos Shep server got to do it. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. We'll begin with the first coaster right here. Big spin made by me, of course. There's going to be a lot of that. Not very many people contributed this map. But here's the stats for Big Spin. I'm going to make it bigger for you guys. No, it doesn't do that. All right. So that's Big Spin. And we're going to go to the right over here. We got a park monorail over here. We got a junior coaster, little ladybug. Here's its stats. It's not too great, but it's a nice little kid coaster here. You'll see a familiar looking coaster here, using the same station. Here's Shockwave 2.0, made by me as well. There's its stats. It's a little bit different than the pre-build. It's a little bit taller, has the two big vertical loops. It does have a different ending here. A slightly different ending. We got Shockwave carts, made by me. We're going to go across the way over here. And we're going to see this Intimate Launch Coaster Dragster. There's its stats. Of course, based off of Top Thrill Dragster. Jeez. It also has the King Dakar kind of hill, and there's Dragster for you. Takes up a good amount of space. And we're going to go across the way over here. We got Cliffhanger over here. It doesn't really go off a cliff, but has kind of a cool little thing going on for it. Also made by me. There's its stats. Alright. We're going to go ahead and go back just a tad a little bit. We're going to go over here to the newest addition to the park. This is going to be Falcon's Fury, made by me and Walt. Though he didn't really help much on it. I just copied a station that he had, so I just gave him credit for that. There's its stats. Alright. And moving over to Walt's coaster that I copied, the Station of. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but this is their coaster. And there's the stats for it. And we'll get a better look at the layout too. It's a big layout too. Alright. We got a splash boats over here, a classic shoot the chutes kind of splash boats. We're gonna go back over here. We got Ultra Twister by Chaos. Of course, me. There's its stats. Usually the pre-build, or the Ultra Twister coaster the Heartline Twisters suck, so there's that. Gonna go on the front again over here. We got sports cars. Here's just its little generic layout with some scenery. Like I said, there's the main station for the train station there. We're going to go over here. We're going to go over to this stand-up coaster, Iron Wolf. Made by me. There's its stats. And we're going to go all the way back to the other side, where Dragster was, and loop around. So we'll come back to the end of that later. And let's see, we were at Cliffhanger, and we're going to go across the bridge over here. And the first attraction right here on the right is Colossus, made by me. It's a one of those hyper coasters, hyper twister coasters. There's its stats real quick. Has the Titan and Goliath colors and custom lift supports. And there's its layout. Alright. We're going to continue going forward. Here we got Iron Fox, RMC hybrid coaster. And there's its layout. Pretty decent footprint size. And there's its stats. It has 3 inversions. I wanted to include a 4th one, but it made it too rough in the intensity. There's a little part right here. You can barely see it right above the brake run. I wanted to put a 0G roll there, but it didn't work, so I just ended up using the 2 finale barrel rolls at the end. Alright, so that one being done, we got a kind of another launch coaster. Not really a launch coaster, but it goes up the hill. Launch lift hill. Takeoff by me. There's its stats, and its layout's pretty decent. Alright, we got a Drop of Doom over here. Another corkscrew coaster over here, a modern kind of corkscrew coaster. Has a diagonal lift, goes underground, does its loop, goes through the brake run, does the final 2 corkscrews and a little bend, and that's his Hurricane. Here's its stats. Got a big wheel over here, a Ferris wheel. Got another train station, scrambler over here. And we also have a chairlift that goes over to the other part of the park. We'll come back to that here in a little bit. And the big premier attraction over here is Odyssey. And there's its stats. Very decent sized wooden roller coaster. Kind of based it off of the finale of Voyage at Holiday World Splash and Safari in Santa Claus, Indiana. It's got a similar layout. Got the 2 big hills, then it has a little spaghetti bowl over here in the middle. It goes underground, I think the same amount of times, I think it goes underground the same amount of times as Voyage. You got the 1 tunnel, the 2 tunnel, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you got 6 different tunnels that you go through. I think it has 6 if I remember correctly. All right, we're gonna go. All right, we already went this way, but we'll show off the little bridge over here. We already went this way. We got a little train bridge and a walk bridge. And also another one over this way going back to Cliffhanger. And then we'll go all the way up here over the train station and by the cliffs. We're going to go take another left over here over the train bridge. And we got a 3D theater by Walt. We get a Enterprise by Walt. And we also have another coaster over here. It's a swinging suspended coaster, Steel Dragon. Made by me. It's a decent little layout. And there's its stats, as you can see the layout too. It's got a nice, impactful layout, I think. We got the classic swing, tree swinger I like to use sometimes. There's its stats, even though it's a flat ride. We got a merry-go-round. We got a motion simulator. We got a Dodgems in here, or bumper cars. Top spin. We got a magic carpet. And then we're going to come over here and look at Storm Surge by Walt White. And there's its stats. Get a good look at its layout again here. Got some arcade games in here I see tucked in kind of in the corner. Or a prize stand. Looks kind of cool. I like the area too. Alright, we're going to keep going to the left over here. And we got we got a few coasters over here. We got a Morgan Hyper coaster. The big one. And here's its stats. We'll get into the layout here in just a second after we show another ride. Alright. In this little areas, a little tucked away flying saucers made by me. And then here's the big layout for the big one, kind of like Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Alright. We'll go back over here. We'll go over to the freefall coaster over here. Made by me, Raven. Pretty big freefall coaster, I would say. Goes underground 2 times. And has a corkscrew helix finale. I like the layout of it. We got a diamond ride, themed by me. Another train station over here. We're going to loop around over here. We got a twister coaster, Scream. There's its stats. I don't think it goes on... Yeah, it doesn't go underground. We already showed off the train station over here. I believe we... Just in case we didn't show Raven's stats, there's Raven's stats, because I don't think I did it, but I might have. There's its stats. We're going to go back over here. We got a switchback kind of coaster. Actually called Switchback. Made by me, of course. And here's its stats. And its layout is pretty decent, too. Got another entrance over here. Just so the guests can find their way around. And we will go all the way over here. All the way past the train station. We got another coaster over here. I came up with this kind of last minute X Factor. I don't really have a manufacturer, but it has the floorless trains. And they're kind of short. They're short too, and has only like 2 inversions. And there's X Factor's stats. It's a decently sized, kind of small coaster. And over here we got a water coaster called Coaster Boats, also made by me. I'm gonna go ahead and show the stats there. Decently sized water coaster. I forgot to show off another thing over here that was tucked away. There's Fahrenheit, a launch freefall coaster, or launch freefall thing. Alright. We got another launch freefall treetop launch. This one actually launches. The other one, Fahrenheit, does not launch. It goes up and drops you. Alright, going across the bridge, the train bridge, and the walkway bridge. So the guests get to walk aside the train and admire the coaster over here, the Giga Coaster. And we're going to the other side of the park over here. We'll finish it off. Sorry, I had to yawn. Alright, we got a bomber ship over here, made by me. It's one of those swinging inverter ships. We got a octopus ride. Got a merry-go-round. And we got a side friction coaster, Leap the Dips, which I believe is a recreation of the actual Leap the Dips ride, if I remember correctly. And there's its stats. And then here's the other entrance of the park. We got some a vintage car ride. We got a haunted house, or a haunted hotel, as you want to call it. Has an actual ghost train in there. And there's its little thing there. Alright, we got a little go-kart track over here. Bush Raceway. Named after the NASCAR driver Kyle Busch. And also, this one coaster is also themed to it too. Rowdy Run 225 by Walt. We saw a little bit of the thing over there. There's its stats. We got a boat ride over here. We got another Enterprise Caterpillar. Alright. Over here we got the jungle themed station. And over here The purple coaster is another coaster made by me, Gangster Chased. And there's its stats, a little family launch coaster. And we're going to go one more over and go over to the single rail coaster, which is Blue Streak. I don't really make too many single rail coasters, but this park was kind of lacking a single rail coaster. And there's its stats. And we are officially going to go all the way back here and go over here. We got a merry-go-round. Got a disco made by Pinball Wiz. This is his area. We got a coaster over here, Poseidon's Curse. There's its layout. A multi-launch coaster. Yeah, it is a multi-launch coaster. I like this little area he did over here, abandoned slides. Alright, to go around. Got another, like, octopus kind of ride, Spin Dizzy. We got a modern corkscrew coaster. I always like when Pinball makes some cool looking coasters. And here is its stats. I believe we showed the stats for this one too, Poseidon's Curse, but just in case I didn't, there's that stats. I always forget usually to show the stats. We got a family... Oh, a little too far there. We got a family coaster right here, Reversey. There's its stats. With the family trains. Alright. We got a launch coaster over here. What is this called? Afterburner? Yes, Afterburner. There's its stats. LIM launch coaster. Kind of like Batman and Robin, the defunct coaster. We got a skyrocket kind of coaster, Insanity. And there's its stats. Got a double launch thing. We got another twister over here. And we also have I forget what these are called. These are, one second, the Eurofighter. So an actual modern Eurofighter made by Pinball. Let me get the stats again. There's its stats. It's a nice little layout I like. We got a log flume over here made by Pinball as well. Another Enterprise. Alright, we got Dodgems over here, or bumper cars. We're going to go back over here to the mine train. Here's Cliffside Mine Train, and here's also the other part of the sky buckets. And there is the stats for the mine train. Come back around here in a second after we get this other coaster, and then we'll come back there. Got Renegade, is it a stand-up? It is a stand-up coaster. Gotcha. So there's the stats for that. Renegade. I like the good use of the terrain over here. Alright. We'll go back all the way over here. We do have a wooden coaster to go over, and we also have another Eurofighter kind of coaster. We got the Hurricane. And there's its stats. Very well themed, too. I like the little waterfall down here. It's really nice. And that's layout is pretty decent. Got a circus. Got flying saucers. We got motion simulator. And here is a launched Eurofighter. Power speed coaster. I don't know what they're really called. Shooting Star, there's its stats. We got a drop zone, a drop tower. We got a kid coaster over here. Little Comet by Pinball. And there's its stats. We got a Enterprise and another Enterprise, and then a Ferris wheel over here. We got a little junior coaster right here as well. Really packed in all this area. Wacky Worm. And there's its stats. And then we got a GCI timber liner train coaster made by Pinball, and it's called Wildcat. There's its stats. I'll put it right there, actually. Get its layout. And we got to come back over here. We got a laser loop. I believe that's what it's called, what he named it. Laser loop as the one loop. And he was kind of skeptical at making the layout. I think it actually turned out pretty good, in my opinion. I think it looks pretty good. There's its stats. Just the one loop. And then coming back all the way to the front of the park, I believe we are just about... Yeah, this is actually the last coaster we're going to go over. Alright, so with this little area being empty for the time being, I decided to make a launched wing coaster, kind of like the one at Holiday World as well. A lot of coasters inspired by Holiday World in this park that I decided to do. Did the Voyage, kind of, and did the... I believe the same elements as Firebird. This one's also... This one is called Soarin'. And there it is, its stats. And with that being said, I believe that is everything covered in this park. We can just go over it real quick. Some of the parts that didn't get included was like the chairlift here, Skyway, and I believe that is everything in this park. Yeah, did a quick little breeze through this, and yeah, showed off everything in the park, and I guess I will see you guys in the next one. This has been the Chaos Shep Park Showcase. I'll call it that. I think that's what the series was called anyway. And we will be back within a few more months to showcase another map. So this has been Nostalgia Land. We'll come back to this one probably at the end of the year, because I like to alternate between maps. This one is pretty big, however, so we might not get to see it until next year, possibly. And we have a Discord server. It is linked to the Roller Coaster Tycoon server, where you can actually go in and get perms. Basically, just gotta join the Discord, as it is a Discord-only type of a server. If you do have Open RCT2 or Roller Coaster Tycoon, it's like $9 on it's like $9 on Steam. Just get that, and then you got full access to Roller Coaster Tycoon by downloading Open RCT, and you will be able to join the multiplayer server, Chaos Shep server. That's where you'll find us. And it will, once you join it, it will give you a link to the Discord, and you can join there and get your perms and build whatever you want. And like I said, this is going to do it for this episode. If you liked it, go ahead and like it, and comment down below what you've liked in the park, and we will see you guys in the next.
Lights flicker, laugh still out, tail still wagging in the fallout crowd. No calm, no cure, no tame, chaotic as fuck. So remember the night.